So many people start their Etsy shop thinking they're doing all the right things, but really there are these little hidden mistakes that you may be making that is costing you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. My name is Lucretia. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom, and I'm here to help you make extra income on Etsy, even if you can only work while the kids are sleeping like I do. If you're wanting to start a profitable Etsy shop, but you don't know where to begin and you want a step-by-step process, head to the description and grab my free Etsy starter guide where I walk you through the steps that I took to start my Etsy shop, only working while my kids were sleeping. So the first beginner mistake that I see people making all the time, and this is the biggest mistake, I didn't want to make you wait until the very end and gatekeep this info because you need to know this. The biggest mistake that I see people making on Etsy is that they just have bad listing photos. Your listing photos are the very first impression someone has of your shop. If your listing photos are not good, I'm not going to buy your product. So with your listing photos, it needs to be clear what your product is. I need to know exactly what I'm getting. I need to know the benefit of your product. I need to know why I should buy your product over anyone else that's selling the exact same thing. I need to be able to visualize how I'm going to use this product and how it's going to improve my life some type of way. And so many people miss the mark with their listing photos. They're so busy trying to pump out all these products or trying to make the perfect product that they skimp on the listing photos and then they wonder why they're not getting any sales. Your listing photos are super duper important. If you have bad listing photos, you are going to struggle to make sales, even if you have over 100 products in your shop. So you need to be taking your time with your listing photos and making sure that your customers are not confused about what they're going to get. Your potential customers need to know exactly what you are offering and why I should buy this product from you. Hidden mistake number two that so many people make is that they get on Etsy and they're just excited to start listing products, thinking that they're going to make all this money because people are like, oh, here's how to make $10,000 a month or whatever people say. And so they think they're going to just list products and start making all this money. And they don't do the research to see if they're listing products that people are actually searching for and actually buying. And so that's mistake number two that I see people making is that they are making products that are way too competitive. On Etsy, you need to be listing products that have a high search volume and low competition. I use eRank to do this. And whenever I go to eRank, I put in the product idea and then I look for the searches. I want the searches on eRank to be more than 300 searches per month. And for the competition, I want it to be less than 20,000 competition. And this is how I'm able to create products that get me sales quickly because they're not super competitive products that I'm listing. The third hidden mistake that I see people making way too often is that they are pricing their products based on what they think they need to price them at rather than looking at what's already on the market. If I have made a birthday invitation and it was my first time making this type of product and it took me hours to make it, and I'm like, okay, this took me so long to make, I'm gonna list this at $7. And I just pull a random number out of the sky. Like I haven't done any research to see what people are actually paying for this type of product. And so many people skip that step. They're just coming up with random numbers of what they think they should price their product at instead of actually doing the research to see what people are paying for this product. Because yeah, I can charge $7 and then I'm going to go complain because no one's buying my product. That's not how it works. You need to actually do the research and see what people are paying for this product if you want to make sales. If you don't want to make sales, then charge whatever the heck you want to charge. But if you want to make sales, you need to be charging what people are willing to pay. While we're on the topic of pricing, let's hop into mistake number 4, and that is not offering sales or any like bundle discounts. Etsy has a section where you can set up sales, where you can offer bundled deals. And so a bundle deal is like buy 3, get 30% off. You want to be running these most of the time. I have a sale going all the time. And if you look at other digital product shops, we have sales going all the time. And this just makes people feel like they're getting a good deal because as humans, we love to get a good deal. It makes us feel better about our purchases when we feel like we've spent our money wisely. So like instead of paying $14, I got this for $7 and now I'm happy that I spent this money. So you want to make sure that you are running some type of sale or some type of deal, like a bundled deal, so that people will be more eager to buy your product. Hidden mistake number 5 is not optimizing your shop page. So many people get excited about adding products, so they're just constantly adding products. But if a shopper wants to know more about what it is that you offer and they click over to your shop and there's nothing there, like you haven't even taken the time to add a banner, it's going to throw them off a little bit and you're not going to look as trustworthy because your shop isn't filled out. And so you want to make sure that you have your shop banner, your icon, a shop announcement, at least those three things at the minimum, and like your profile picture. You want to make sure you have those things at the minimum because that's going to help your shop look more trustworthy and credible so that people don't feel like they shouldn't buy your product because they're going to get ripped off somehow. If you just take the time to go through your shop and fill out some of these little things like your policies, your FAQ section, your announcement, just make sure that you have those things filled out so that people feel like they can trust you and they're not afraid to buy from your shop. Hidden mistake number 6 that I see a lot of new Etsy sellers making is that they add a lot of new products without going back and updating old products. The more that you add products, you're going to learn more about what works and what doesn't work. And so whenever you get a best-selling product, you're going to want to make sure you go back to your old listings and update them so that they can sell just as well as your best-selling product. Instead of constantly adding new products, adding new products, you want to make sure that you're going back in and updating your old products. So updating your listing photos. You're going to get better at your design skills as you add more products. So you want to make sure you're going back in and updating your listing photos so that they look better. You also want to make sure that you're going in and updating your search engine optimization. So like your tags that you're using. You want to make sure that you're still using tags that aren't competitive because as people join the platform and they're listing more and more products, tags that weren't competitive last year may now be too competitive to rank for. And so you want to make sure that you're going back in and updating these old tags to make sure that you're still targeting keywords that aren't competitive so that you can continue to stand out and continue to make sales. Let's hop into mistake number 7, and that is neglecting your analytics. So many people get on Etsy and they have no idea what their conversion rate is. They don't know when they have a problem. They just see like, oh, I've gotten 2 views and I haven't made a sale, which is totally normal. You need to know how to understand your analytics so you know exactly what to work on. My rule of thumb is that if you have more than 100 visits in the last 30 days, then you should have at least 3 sales. And that's how I figure out if I have a problem and what I need to work on. So if you're not getting at least 100 visits in a 30-day period, then you're going to want to work on your search engine optimization, your SEO. So that is making sure that you are targeting these keywords that have low competition and high search volume. So if you're not even getting any visits to your shop, then you need to work on your SEO. If you have over 30 visits in the last 30 days, but you're not making any sales, then something is going on with your listing photos or your pricing, or probably a combination of both, because people are seeing your products, but they're not buying for some reason, and you need to figure out why they're not buying. So if you don't know your analytics, you're not going to know what any of those numbers mean, and you're not going to know what to focus on. So understanding your analytics is super important so you know exactly what to focus on and you know if you have a problem or not. Hidden mistake number 8 is not optimizing your shop for mobile shoppers. Most of the people shopping on Etsy are using some type of mobile device. And so you want to make sure that your listing photos are easy to read on a mobile device. This means you want to be using large text that stands out against your background. So you don't want to be using like a light pink text with a dark pink background and we can't really understand what's going on. We can't really read it. You want to make sure that there's a lot of contrast within your text and your pictures so that things are easy to see on a small screen. Hidden mistake number 9 that I see people making is sticking to one type of product or one niche even if they're not getting sales. Whenever I help people start their Etsy shop, I tell them to just test out products and see what works. Because if you're making sales of a product, but you don't like making that product, you're not going to stay consistent, even though you're making sales, because you're going to dread making these products. So you need to like the product that you're making, and it also needs to be getting sales. So if you can combine those two things, then you're good, you're golden. But you need to make sure that whatever type of product that you're making is products that people want to buy and that you actually enjoy making. So test out products and you can just use the shop sections to separate your products. You don't need to just only make spreadsheets or I only make digital planners. You don't have to do that. You can test different type of product ideas and just separate them into sections within your shop so that customers can easily find what they're looking for. The 10th hidden mistake that so many new Etsy sellers make is that they start paying for ads thinking that this is going to help them get views quickly and make sales quickly. When in fact, if Etsy doesn't know what your product is or who to show it to, paying for ads is not going to help them figure that out any faster. They're still going to be showing your product to random people because they don't know what it is. And if you don't have reviews yet, even though Etsy is showing your product to people, they still might be leery to buy that product because there's no social proof. They don't know if it's a legit product or if they're going to lose money paying for this product and they don't get what they paid for. And so you want to wait to run ads until Etsy has figured out what your product is. So once Etsy figures out what your product is, they know who to show it to, then you start running ads, and that's just going to add fuel to the fire. But until then, Etsy needs to figure out what your product is and who to show it to. If you want to pay for ads to do that, that's fine, but you're probably going to end up wasting a lot of money in the process, where if you would have just waited, Etsy will figure it out anyways. Hidden mistake number 11 is people do not prioritize reviews. Most shoppers are going to read reviews before they decide to purchase your product. So that's why it's important to prioritize getting reviews, especially when you're just starting your shop, so that you have some type of social proof there and people know this is a legit product and they're not going to get ripped off spending their money with you. Hidden mistake number 12 that I see very commonly is that people will copy best-selling products, but they don't have a way to make their product stand out and be different. So if you go in and you see that there's this best-selling digital planner and you're like, okay, great, I'm going to make that product because it's a bestseller, and you go in and make the same product, you pretty much copy their product, their listing photos, everything. Why would someone buy from your shop that has 0 sales, 0 reviews, and we don't know if we can even trust you over this shop that has like 20,000 sales and 5,000 reviews? So you need to have a unique selling proposition. Why should I buy from you over all of the other people making this type of product? What makes your product different? What makes your product better? I need to get that information from your listing photos. Just lowering your price and thinking that's going to help you make sales isn't enough. I need to know why I should buy your product. So making sure that you list the benefits of your product and what makes it different from the other products, it's going to help you make sales faster. Hidden mistake number 13 is using tags that are too competitive, and that is stopping you from making sales. Your tags are other ways that people can find your product, and it's other ways that Etsy knows who to show your product to. So let's say that you made a budget planner. So you can use budget planner. You could also use debt tracker. You can also use savings tracker. So you don't just need to say budget planner in 5 different ways. You need to be listing all of the other ways that people can find your product. So what else does your product include that people might be typing into the Etsy search bar? And Etsy will know, like, okay, this is a budget planner, but it also has a savings tracker. And this person searched for a savings tracker, so I'm going to show them this product. And mistake number 14 that I see people making, and this is probably the most common mistake, is that they give up too quickly. They think that just because they've listed 3 products on Etsy and the products have been up there for 4 days, that they should be making a sale. And that's just not how it works. So many people aren't willing to put in the work up front because they're not confident that the sales will roll in. They don't believe that the sales will roll in. So they list a few products. They think that they're supposed to make sales within 2 days, and then they quit when that doesn't happen. And that's just very unfortunate because they could be so successful on Etsy if you just give it time to work. So you have to keep your head down, keep your blinders on, list your products, go back in, update old listing photos. And that's why it's really important to have a mentor or someone to help you troubleshoot why you're not getting views or why you're not making sales, so that you can stay committed. You know exactly what to focus on, and just believe that the sales are going to roll in if you keep putting in the work. So don't give up. Etsy genuinely works. I make money on Etsy every single day. I even have a video showing you how I make sales every single day on Etsy, the things that I focus on, and I'll link that for you to watch. But don't give up, keep going, and know that the sales are going to come. So those are the most common mistakes that I see people making that is costing them hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in Etsy sales. If you want to avoid these mistakes, make sure you head to the description and grab my free Etsy starter guide. That will walk you through the process of starting a profitable Etsy shop so that you can avoid these common mistakes. And if you want to know how to get more sales on Etsy, make sure you check out this playlist where I share all of my secrets, spill all the tea about how I make sales on Etsy as a busy homeschooling stay-at-home mom.